This is Minister Trey and my beautiful wife, Roz.
Hello,
The
everybody.
Studleys
You
are
already
back.
know who we are. Thanks for tuning in. We're so happy that you are sticking with us. I can't believe that we are almost in June. Like, where
Yes.
is this year going? Is the year going by fast for you all? What's happening in your world? Make sure you drop something and let us know what's going on with you.
So we are excited about this. We're always excited whenever we
He's always
are
excited.
with
You already know.
our KTFB family, YouTubing it. And we have another great episode. This one is about supporting your spouse's dreams.
Yeah.
Whether it's a wife supporting your husband or a husband supporting the wife's dream.
Mutual.
No matter how out of this world the dream is,
A big.
and how great, that's what I meant to say, how humongous the dream is.
Yeah.
What are our reactions? How should we be toward these dreams that our spouses propose? And how can we help?
Yeah. I think this is a great topic. I'm looking forward to talking about it further. I know we have some personal experience in terms of supporting a spouse's dreams. So
That's
looking
right.
forward to sharing that as well. But
So
let's start with,
So the reason we were talking about this is because we saw an article that Ryan Coogler, the director who directed Sinners, Fruitvale Station, and the Wakanda Black Panther series.
Kudos, Ryan.
And
So
Creed.
talented. Yeah.
And
Super
Creed.
talented. Great
So
work.
we saw Sinners, and this is not about Sinners, this episode is not about Sinners, but it's a really good movie. I think it was a really good movie.
I agree.
Even though we're saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Spirit, I thought it was a really good movie. But the article mentioned about his wife giving him $300 because he didn't have it. $300. This is a long time ago when he was trying to start and be, a director in his the first beginning. So he had a dream, and she supported his dream by giving him $300. And so you see where he is now. He is blown up. And so this conversation really is about supporting your spouse's dream, just based off that article that we read. And really, we're gonna open it up. So what are your thoughts to what she did?
I think it's fantastic. Like I said, we have personal experience in supporting our spouse's dream. I remember earlier in our marriage, probably around year 4 or so, my husband felt like the path and the career that he was in, he felt led to go in a completely new direction, a completely different career from being a reporter and working for a newspaper to proceeding to go forth in education. Big change for us. And it involved sacrifice. It involved some, financial sacrifice, pay cut, it involves some changes and some real transitions for us. But I can tell you that I remember in that season, feeling that this was the way that the Lord was leading us. Like, we've always been a couple of praying over our decisions, praying over the season that we're in, praying over the season that we're going in. So I definitely felt like the Lord was with us in that transition and would provide for us. So I love that Ryan's wife believed in him, supported him. We don't know the whole background of their journey, but hearing that she was by his side in those earlier stages and supporting his dream, I think it's fantastic.
And you know what? It takes, I guess, a certain, for a man to ask his wife, it takes a certain place that the man is in or was in to go and ask his wife, because either, she provided a safe place for him to be able to ask, or he really was secure enough and really, really believed in the dream, or she really, really believed in the dream with him. And that's the thing. I think a few points in this is that you got to have, she really supported, and not just in words, but also by action. And she didn't judge, we don't completely know, but it seems like she gave him the money, but she didn't judge him to the point where, putting him down or anything like that. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't have asked her for the money.
Yeah.
And also, she believed in it enough to do it. We don't know their financial situation at that time.
Right.
But it's just a few points that I thought was very important. And really, I guess that was a way to encourage him to keep going.
Which men need, right? They need
Absolutely.
to feel encouraged, as do women. Don't get it
Absolutely.
twisted. Women need encouragement as well. But since we're sticking with this particular example, I'm sure having his wife support his dream was like, wow, if you're for me and you're with me in this, then I can accomplish the world.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows, maybe that is truly a key ingredient that really helped him achieve the success that they are both experiencing
Right.
today.
So I think one of the things that's important whenever, and it's just a few points you kind of want to hit on. Whenever I guess we, our spouses, come to us about a dream, the important thing I think is to listen. Listen to it.
Yeah. Be open.
Be open to it.
Be prayerful.
Right. And don't immediately put it down.
Right. Or put the person down like, oh,
right.
That doesn't make sense. That could
Right.
never work. Got it.
Exactly.
You don't want to bring that negative. Even if you might be thinking it, be prayerful and then ask more questions of that person. What led you to this decision? What's your plan? Ask, how are you envisioning making this happen? Those are, I think, great questions to consider asking.
Yeah, because, you probably, when it comes to a dream, I believe perhaps you have more naysayers than those who are cheerleaders.
Yeah.
Especially people who are closest to you or closer to you, like family, like friends, those who don't necessarily believe, who've been hearing it before, and who judge.
Yeah.
So for your spouse, someone who obviously, lives with you, is a certain place that you want to have, environment you want to have, boom, not being judgmental is key. It's key, especially, I know, Roz, I know you weren't judging me when, I mentioned about when I took a step of faith, we took a step of faith when it came to going from the career path from journalism to education,
yeah.
Especially going from, a writer to being a substitute teacher. So my wife, Roz, really encouraged me a lot. And I was really appreciative of that.
So what do you think? Like, have you been in that situation where you've had to support your spouse's dream or vice versa? How did you handle it? What worked well for you? What didn't work? What are some of the challenges that you navigated together? We'd love to hear from you. So make sure you drop something in the chat and comment.
Please like, subscribe, and make comments as well. And another thing that we have to talk about is perhaps the communication too.
Yeah.
Because he came to her, whether he asked or she offered, whatever the case may be, how much was it? I'm sure perhaps they talked about the financial piece, what class or classes he would have to take, and just communicating perhaps in every step of the way or in different circumstances, just communicating on what it is that he wants to do, communicating on how much it is, communicating on just his desires, communicating on how difficult it is in the midst of it, communicating how difficult it is, how analyzing the different classes, or just communicating the different things that he wanted and his desire was in pursuit of the being a director, a screenwriter. So that is the communication, I think, is big.
Yeah, I would agree. Definitely communication. I also think about timing. when you are wanting and having a dream, what's the time frame? Like, is this the right season to pursue this? Is God leading me to do this now? Because I believe if the Lord is leading you to do something, He's going to order your steps. He'll bless you with the resources to get it done. That certainly is our experience. The Lord was leading my husband in a different direction. Doesn't mean that there wasn't some sacrifice involved, but the Lord's hand was upon us. His favor was with us, and He carried us through that season and has carried us in other seasons as well. So I do believe, it's about communication. It's about asking questions and being prayerful together about God's timing for this dream. Is this the season that we go after this? And if we go after it prayerfully. Go for it, because I'm a firm believer. I am a dreamer. I believe that we serve the God who tells us He can do the impossible. So there's no limits in God. So yeah, He's going to give you a dream, or He might give you something to do that you maybe never even thought about doing, or it really seems so far-fetched. But isn't that the God we serve?
That's the God that we serve.
So yeah, I definitely believe in dreams and couples going after dreams together.
Absolutely.
And communicating about how to do it and move forward.
And the thing too is that you take a step of faith. Initially, people may not be on board, but you just never know that eventually people will encourage you and come around and maybe support you financially. Prime example. I remember, as a teacher, you have to, there's no way around and do student teaching. And so, this was 3 years in, making that transition from being a reporter to education. 3 years in, and my father actually asked other family members to support us financially.
And the reason why is because Trey was getting his master's degree.
Exactly.
And part of the requirement to fulfill his degree was to do student teaching, which meant that he was not going to be able to work at all for like an entire semester.
Which is like 4 or 5 months, So not having any income coming in on my side was a concern. And, I was real critical of it. But besides the point, thing is, you just never know what may happen. Step out on faith, and God will take care of you. Will take care and provide through others. And that's the God that we serve, and that's our testimony. But just really believing in your dream and going for it, like my wife said, going for it, and really not knowing, stepping on faith, not knowing what's going to happen from point A to point Z. But hey, things happen, and God provides, and so that's our story.
So dreams, communication, working on a plan together, timing, being prayerful. Those are some key ingredients. Listening. These are some key takeaways that you can apply as you are working through, walking through a season in your marriage, especially if you have children involved.
Absolutely.
That can be, a red flag. How are we going to live on what income? This is going to be a season of sacrifice, but if it's something that you commit to together, you can work through those seasons together, and God will, be faithful to you also.
And being one, like Roger said, being one together. Being one, being unified, always being unified in every step of that dream, no matter who's doing it. If it's wife pursuing it or if it's the husband pursuing the dream, just being one.
And even if someone hasn't necessarily done the exact same thing that you want to go after, it never hurts to just talk to someone and just get wisdom from someone who is an entrepreneur. If you're wanting to have your own business, learn from them on what's some of the best practices and what did they put in place to set themselves up for success. Just gleaning wisdom where you can. I think that's also helpful.
Yep. So thank you for joining us. We hope that this was a good, healthy discussion, something to ponder and think about. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment And just let us know what you think of the episodes in this season 3 of the Keep the Fire Burning KTFB podcast.
See you all soon. Blessings.
Peace.